Hi everybody, so we are back at NAB year 2026 and especially here, last year we met an amazing company here, Sweet. And so we
Thank
are
you.
delighted this year to get Ryan. So good morning Ryan.
Morning. Morning.
Can you tell us a little bit more maybe about yourself? And I think you have a strategic position and Sweet.
So my name is Ryan Servant. I run channels and alliances, and my focus in the company is to make sure that we're connected to some of the best products in the industry. We know that customers use multiple products in their daily use,
Yeah.
whether it's asset management, transcoding, data movement. And so my job is to make sure that we're lined up with those companies so that customers get a better experience.
So and how much time Sweet has started more or less this venture?
Yeah, so this is actually our fifth NAB. We started very small the first few years. Last year was our big jump up to what you're seeing right now. That was kind of our big coming out party, so to speak. And this year we have some exciting announcements as well. So 5 years of doing this product that we're talking about today.
Okay, great. So as of today, of course, everybody's talking about cloud, etc. But we know that in video post-production, very often you have to, most of the time you are on-prem, etc.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think Suite is a clear representation of the fact that wherever your assets are sold or located, you can connect and distribute.
Yeah, so obviously the post-production world is used to working on on-prem storage, being able to have fast access, and to be able to collaborate when everyone is in the office. I don't need to speak in hyperbole, but it's a new world, right? You might have a colorist in Germany, you might have an editor in the UK. People need to be able to work from anywhere, but they want the experience of that on-prem storage.
Yeah.
Sweet, go ahead.
Yeah, and of course, because today most of the time we're talking about APIs, etc. So I do imagine that it's full API driven.
What's actually interesting is we have a slightly different idea on that. Typically, and in the past, our company and some of our competitors have had to break up the files in a proprietary format. That would mean you're forced to use some kind of API to be able to connect with us. One of the things that we're announcing at the show today is native S3. What that means is we're not going to break up the files anymore. And so if you have cloud storage, all of those objects in cloud storage are actually readable. So any other piece of software that connects to it, we can also connect to it.
Okay.
So we no longer need APIs because everyone can connect to the same bucket of storage.
And something we can say to our audience is, in fact, I'm getting old, so I've got some experience. And I remember in the past we are using mass transit, etc., to split files, to accelerate, etc. So how does it work today?
So you don't really need to upload and download anymore. So even though, yes, we are tied to cloud storage, our file system allows you to make it feel like it's local. And so the secret of what we do is you don't need to really do any acceleration because it just works. The way we're delivering that content to you is individual frames. So when you go to a certain part of the video, you don't have to download the full hour to be able to get access to it. You're just being delivered the one section that you want to start
And
working with.
so an operator can work finally on the drive seamlessly, finally, just like as the storage is on the server, on the local server.
Just what they're used to doing if they were local, exactly. And the collaboration piece is huge. So you can have one person in an Adobe session doing some editing. As soon as they hit save and all the content is on the Suite drive, anyone else that has access to that Suite drive can just open up that project file and right away see those changes.
Okay.
So that cross collaboration, which used to have to be on your same network, can now happen globally anywhere you are.
And something we saw just on the screen yesterday, it's a big announcement regarding Frame.io and G Drive.
Yes. So we're very excited. Adobe has chosen us as the partner to be able to drive that technology. And so Adobe Frame.io users will now be able to mount their storage. So essentially, when you're working in Frame.io, you can go to one of your catalogs, collections, you right click and you say, I want to mount that locally. And so what that's doing is helping Adobe and Frame bridge the gap between cloud and on-prem by allowing those people to use that.
Yeah. And something which is interesting because I remember also 10 years ago that Adobe has some web dev technology, more or less, and finally here they moved to you to accelerate the business.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's something that we've been working on for a year. We're very proud of it, and they chose us because of the technology. We have most of our developers are in Denver, Colorado. They're very young. I'm the oldest guy at the company, and you can edit that part out. No, but this young team they celebrate success, they worked really well with the Adobe developers, and they chose us because of those team members.
And maybe one of my last question, because this is one of the trend this year at NAB, AI, agent AI. So how you can use AI to improve or to facilitate, or I don't know, any benefits on your
Yeah,
tech?
yeah, absolutely. So, there's two ways for you to be able to utilize AI, especially if you're using it for things like metadata tagging, if you're using it with asset management, or you just want to process your files. With Suite, especially now with our new native S3 workflow, you can have a cloud-based AI engine that's going right to the S3 bucket and processing, or if you have on-premise AI, because we're going to mount that same storage locally, you could actually use an on-premise AI. So we're just a lot more open to any workflow now. So whatever you choose for your AI vendor of choice can now absolutely integrate with us without any API work.
And as a partner, I think we also made by customers, they are using more and more some new tools, just like A10 or Notebook LM from etc. So the idea is more or less to be capable to connect everywhere, everything, and this is you can do.
Yeah, it wasn't even a question because the answer is yes.
Yeah.
That's our focus. We internally we call it creator delight. We want people who are creating content to just be able to work. So we're almost hiding that file system because they just want to work. They want to use all their files when they want to use them. And so we really focus on creative teams just doing what they do best, which is be creative.
So the only thing I can say, brilliant, awesome, congrats. Wish you a great NAB, and of course for our audience, so you can connect to your website, which is
Sweetstudios.io.
okay. So just connect, visit, very brilliant, easy to use, and especially here because we have by Activo VA experience, it's super simple. It's super simple. You don't have to be an engineer.
No.
You're just following quick setup, etc., and it works.
Absolument.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.